I had been a Bible study teacher for many years when I suddenly had a stroke, and then so many other health complications that kept me in the hospital for a good portion of a couple of years. But after the first few months of my stroke, a lot of the women I had been teaching Bible study to would come to visit me. And these two young women that were probably the youngest women in my group came to visit me one day at the exact same time that my physical therapy appointment. My physical therapist showed up, and if you've ever been to physical therapy, it's pretty embarrassing because they are there to exploit the weakest part of you so they can try and strengthen it. And I was so bothered by that they were there right when I was going through physical therapy, because these were young women that looked to me as their strong mentor. And yet here I was exploiting my greatest weakness, that I couldn't even stand that well before them. And I was so embarrassed. So when they left, I just fell apart. And I just remember crying to the Lord and just saying, God, I'm so tired of being a mess. And right as I said those words, that word mess, I didn't realize it had been kind of sitting right here, yet I never could quite land in it. So when it came out of my mouth, I could hear the Lord saying, you are not a greater mess than I became at the cross. And that was the moment I truly got it. And I'm still trying to get it. And that was when I began to study 1 John, like I had never studied it before, where it says, 1 John 1:7, if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another. And the blood of Christ, his son, cleanses us from all sin. And so there is this place where we're messy. We're messy and we can't escape it. Yet there's this perfect love of God found in his blood. And when you are walking in the perfect love of God, you're able to stand fully in the light and have full fellowship with him and with others, and to not be afraid of the mess that you are. And so that's what perfect mess is all about. You know, in my journey with Jesus, it was so easy. It was almost like I vacillated between these two places of trying to be perfect for God and then just saying, I'm exhausted. And so just falling into the messy place and just saying, well, grace covers that. It's okay. But through this experience, and even through this time of great weakness, Jesus said, no, this is where grace abides. When your messiness meets my perfect love for you, there is perfect fellowship with me. And through your perfect fellowship with me, you have perfect fellowship with others. And that's where we abide in God, and that's where true freedom and fellowship exists. It's the only place that we get to have that here in this earth, and where we'll get to have it eternally in heaven. And so I just invite you into this perfect love of God, and becoming and knowing and just embracing that you are perfectly loved by the one who became a perfect mess at the cross to bring you into his perfect love for you. I love you, and thank you for letting me share that with you.